What is up, guys? Luke from Luke Learns, and I'm doing a cell phone video right now. I have my other gear, but I don't feel like getting it out. Anyway, so if you're interested in doing eBay reselling, whether you're a beginner or this video is mostly for beginners. I've been selling on eBay for like 2.5 months now, ish. I think my first sale was November of 2018. And it was at the end of it. So one thing, I just have like 5 tips and what to expect or whatever about beginning reselling, and just kind of like what to expect. So I just have 5 tips here that will help you hopefully. I like to learn stuff. Luke Learns, obviously. It's a cool little side hustle, and I'm just going to tell the truth like it is, because that's kind of it's just what you need, right? When you're beginning, you need some facts. So if you're interested, here, the number one thing I want to say is when you begin reselling on eBay, it's a lot more work than you might think. Some people portray it as being pretty simple. They go into Goodwill or Salvation Army, and they just they just start throwing stuff in their carts. The reality of that is, it's work, so you have to know what you're looking for. When I first started, I went into Goodwill and I wanted to buy everything because it either looked cool or whatever. And the work involved is, the picking's the fun part. The work is you have to find items that are actually going to sell. So you search the sold listings, and every eBayer and whatever seller that has a YouTube channel shows kind of how to do that. But you just basically go to filter on your phone, hit the filter, go to sold for that item after you type in the name, and you kind of see what is selling. If it hasn't sold for a few months and not a lot of them are selling, then obviously it might not be the best thing you might have to wait a while before it sells. So once you list it, which is the other part of work, once you list it, your items are going to sit on there and sit on there and sit on there, and sometimes they don't sell right away, and it's discouraging at first, but you kind of get used to it. So once you go in, you have to research sold items. I try to specialize in toys, and basically mugs. Anything else, I'll go through Goodwill. I don't do clothes because it's a lot more work than I'm willing to put in. I don't feel like listing. When you list clothing, you have to put full measurements and stuff to sell the best or sell fast, and it's just more time consuming than than I have right now. I work full time, I do videos, so it's just I don't have time for clothing, but I would like to do it, I just haven't yet. So anyway, item number 2 on my receipt written thing here, keep listing. I found that after 50 listings, I started selling a lot more, and I'm in a slump right now. I've only sold one item in the last couple of days, but after I hit 50, stuff started to fly, and obviously I did my due diligence and started only listing stuff that was selling. But after I got to 50, that's when it really took off. So that's my magic number. I don't know if it'll be yours, but keep listing, keep eBay, the algorithm, knowing that you're serious about it. And it's work, man. Going back to number 1, work. You have to find the sold, or search the solds for what you're gonna buy, be able to search it in the store, and then make sure the profit margin is right. So if you're gonna buy something for $1 and make $2, that's cool, but you're gonna spend about 30 minutes to 45 minutes per item altogether, with drive time and all that. And if you're only going to make $1 on it, you're doubling your money, but is it really worth $1? So, do your due diligence and search the solds and know what your profit margin actually will be. I'm into the quick flip, so stuff that people are making 15 or 20 bucks on, I'll sell for 3 or 4 less, just to make, it a little more appealing on the listing. But anyway, number 3 is shipping. If you're going to ship stuff, and I screw myself over repeatedly, and if it's heavy, if it's big or bulky, make sure you put that sucker in a box, just how you would ship it, weigh it out, and kind of like figure out what shipping cost is going to be. If it's going to fit like flat rate or whatever, boxes that come in many shapes and sizes, if you're going to if you're going to like package and ship stuff, and man, shipping is so weird because like a mug will fit in a 6x6x6 box unless it's a big mug, and then you have to go a little bigger, so the shipping cost is going to be a little more just because the dimensions of the box are bigger. And that's something you have to pay super attention to. I just sold like a lot of like 46 video games that were given to me, and I ended up making $4 on it because I miscalculated how heavy it was and how big the box was. The box wasn't that big, like they're just like little DVD cases, and I knew the box size, but I didn't know that how much it weighed. So like stuff like that, you gotta just, I didn't do the work, and I lost out on some profit for that. I literally sold that item in less than 10 minutes because somebody saw that I screwed up. And it is what it is. Like, you screwed up, you have to ship it. Like, you can't just cancel the item, otherwise you're going to get bad reviews, and eBay's going to look down on that. So do your due diligence with shipping as well. It's like some stuff is going to be super cheap. Make sure, like, eBay, when you do your in your account, once you sell an item, it gives you shipping options. It gives you shipping options when you list the item. Make sure you know what you're going to ship it as. I like to priority ship everything, unless it's a little toy that can be in like a little poly bag. And when it's in a poly bag, I just do first class, because then it costs like anywhere from $250 to $350 to ship something small. And most people don't care if it's flat rate like that, or not flat rate, if it's just standard shipping. But priority is the way to go, because then they know they're gaining it faster, and the post office doesn't necessarily sell or send it that fast. So I had one thing get lost in the mail, and it took almost like a month to get to somebody, and it was priority. So just be aware of that too. The last thing is finding your niche. Goodwill has clothes, it's got jewelry, it's got all kinds of stuff. So I personally just like toys, because honestly I didn't have a lot of toys when I grew up. So like, it's fun for me to like sift through toys. What I do then is when I have a few minutes to search the sold listings, my niche is toys and mugs. So those things are what I search. You just go to eBay, I literally just type in mugs, or type in vintage toys or whatever, and then go to sold listings, and it'll come up with everything. Like, you literally have an hour's worth of work of watching, just scrolling through sold listings. But that works for me, because like, I know that a Le Creuset mug that might look plain, that might be overlooked, those sell well. And I had sold, like, if it's interesting, I look it up, even if I never saw it before in the store. But like, it helps to know like which Starbucks mugs are going to sell really well, because I know that Walmart now sells Starbucks mugs, and those aren't going to flip well on eBay. Basically, like, if you want like info on Starbucks mugs, the You Are Here mugs sell pretty good, and the which other ones? The Relief mugs, they're basically like, they have 3D etchings on them. So just search that. Like, if you want to do Starbucks mugs alone, which is a good market, search Starbucks mugs and then sold listings, and you'll see what it's selling for. I usually put, when I check the solds, I want to make about 10 to 15 or more on the mug. So I'll usually put in like mugs that sold, and you can do the price thing, it's right on there on the left. Mugs that sold for $15 to $70, say, and I'll just search those solds, and it narrows it down a little bit. So that way I'm not, even though you're spending like 50 cents to $2 on a mug, like, you'll be able to see that those that sell for like $7 or $5, you can skip over that. You don't have to necessarily search those solds. But in bulk, it matters. Like, in bulk, if you're just getting started, like, that niche, like, maybe you do want to make those quick flips for $3 to $5 and make a lot of them, and it adds up when you scale it. So it's just find your niche. I like toys and I like mugs. They're easy to search. It's easy to see if a toy or a mug, or actually I'm into shoes now too. It's easy to see if those are in good shape or whatever. You just have to know what you're looking at. So like Walmart brand shoes might be in great shape at Goodwill, but they're not going to sell for like more than $5 or $10. So it's just find that niche and then study that and then increase that over time. So like I kind of know what I'm looking for when I go for toys. Every once in a while I have to look something up, but I can scan the toy aisle in less than 5 minutes and be done and leave to the next thing. And I don't know what my next niche item will be, but it's gonna, go along those lines where I can just go to that aisle or two, search it real quick. I'm in and out of Goodwills mostly in like 30 minutes. So like if you find 3 things, list them for $20 to $30 each, especially shoes. You're gonna pay $8. The profit margin there, like you can make $15-20 for that 30 minutes of actual walking time, 15 minutes to list 3 to 5 items it takes about, depending on how fast you are. And you can just, find that niche, go on, and basically just earn more for the time spent. Like that's the whole goal, right? Like earn some money, but not spend a ton of time doing it. I'm kind of the guy that goes all in. So like I went and bought a scale, I went and bought shipping supplies. Like I'm all in on eBay. So like it's super fun for me though. Like it feels like a fun hobby. It's a hobby that actually makes money. So I'm down for that, and most people will be. But those are like five little tips that I would have for the beginner seller. If you're thinking about reselling on eBay, it's just from one kind of beginner, slightly above beginner, to another. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Hit me up with some comments if you have any questions. I'm out. I gotta go to work. Luke out. Luke deuces. Peace.